Alleluia! Acknowledge ye to the Lord, for he is good, for his mercy is into the world. Say they that be again bought of the Lord, which he again bought from the hand of the enemy. From countries he gathered them together, from the rising of the sun and from the going down, from the north and from the sea. They erred in the wilderness, in a place without water. They found not way of the city of dwelling place. They were hungry and thirsty. Their souls failed in them. And they cried to the Lord when they were set in tribulation. And he delivered them from their needlinesses. And he led forth them into the right way, that they should go into the city of dwelling. The mercies of the Lord acknowledged to him, and his marvels acknowledged to the sons of men. For he filled a void man, and he filled with goods an hungry man. God delivered men sitting in darkness and in the shadow of death, and men imprisoned in beggary and in irons. For they made bitter the speeches of God, and wrath the counsel of the highest. And the heart of them was made meek in travails. They were sick, and none was that helped. And they cried to the Lord when they were set in tribulation, and he delivered them from their needlinesses. And he led them out of darknesses and shadow of death, and brake the bonds of them. The mercies of the Lord acknowledged to him, and his marvels acknowledged to the sons of men. For he all brake brazen gates, and he brake iron bars. He uptook them from the way of the wickedness, for they were made low for their unrightfulnesses. The soul of them loathed all might. The soul of them loathed all meat, and they nighed unto the gates of death. And they cried to the Lord when they were set in tribulation, and he delivered them from their needlinesses. He sent his word and healed them, and delivered them from the perishings of them. The mercies of the Lord acknowledged to him, and his marvels to the sons of men. And offer they the sacrifice of praising, and tell they his works with full outjoying, that they go down into the sea in ships, and make working in many waters. They saw the works of the Lord, and his marvels in the depth. He said, and the spirit of tempest stood, and the waves thereof were reared. They ascend till to heavens, and go down unto the depths. The soul of them failed in evils. They were troubled, and they were moved as a drunken man, and all the wisdom of them was devoured. And they cried to the Lord when they were set in tribulation, and he led them out of their needlinesses. And he ordained the tempest thereof into a soft wind, either peaceability, and the waves thereof were stilled, and they were glad, for those were still, and he led forth into the haven of their will. The mercies of the Lord acknowledged to him, and his marvels to the sons of men. And enhanced they him in the church of the people, and praised they him in the chairs of the elder men. He hath set forth floods into desert, and the outgoings of waters into thirsty ground. He hath set fruitful land into saltiness, for the malice of men dwelling therein. He hath set desert into ponds of waters, and earth without water into outgoings of waters. And he set there hungry men, and they made a city of dwelling. And they sowed fields and planted vines, and made fruit of birth. And he blessed them, and they were multiplied greatly. And he made not less their work beast. And they were made few, and were travailed of tribulation, of evils, and of sorrow. Strife was shed out on princes, and he made them to err. He made them for to err without the way, and not in the way. And he helped the poor man from poverty, and setted families as a sheep bringing forth lambs. Rightful men shall see, and shall be glad, and all wickedness shall stop his mouth. Who is wise, and shall keep these things, and shall understand the mercies of the Lord?